Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I am streaming to you from beautiful Budapest here in Central Europe. My nationality is Canadian and I speak West Coast Canadian English, much like what you would hear in Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco, and so forth. Hi Sheng Hung. Hi, Amar. I see you're in class as well. Good to see members ready on time. This is a members chat class, and you can become a member by clicking the join button. There are 4 levels of membership, so make sure to let me know which level you subscribe for. Students, the lesson is brought to you by aehelp.com. That's academicenglishhelp.com. for academic IELTS and GIELTS help.com. Both of these websites were founded by me and some partners to bring together learning English communication for the purpose of IELTS success with a strong foundation in educational psychology, focusing on the learning capacity of international students. Wow, that's a mouthful, but that's what we do. So check us out on those websites. They look like this. This is the academic with the blue background. Click that red button to join. And this here is the general version of our website. Click that red button to join us there. Hi, Kleber. Good to see you in class. You are being a very studious person, and that's always great to see. If you have questions, comments, members to send requests for classes, send me an email, Adrian, A-D-R-I-A-N, at aehelp.com. Classes are 13:30 for members chat classes and 15 o'clock according to Central European time. Keep that in mind. Today, members, we will finish the task 2 that we started yesterday. And then we will have a speaking part 2 class where everybody can chat. So make sure to follow through and learn as much as possible. All right, let's review the question first and our planning. That's important for writing the body paragraphs and the conclusion. And that's what we will focus on today is body paragraphs and conclusion. So this is the question we took yesterday. IELTS Task 2 Writing. Famous people sometimes give their opinion on a public topic. Is this a good thing? Explain to what extent you agree or disagree. Support your answer with examples and explanations. Write at least 250 words. Now, members, Zainab, good to see you in class. The speed that I'm going to do the review right now is really the speed that you should be planning your answer in the first 5 minutes of the 40 minutes that you have for this writing. Okay? So immediately I recognize that this is, of course, a persuasive essay. I'm going to use third-person voice because here it doesn't ask me for any personal examples. Now, it does say to what extent you agree, so you could go first-person voice as well, as some students said. Okay? All right. I paraphrase the question. I make sure I understand it. I think about the topic. It's famous people or celebrities. I think about what are celebrities. So what makes a person a celebrity? It's a person that's known by many people. I remember to think of my ideas quantitatively, so with numbers. And so I realized that a famous person in my mind is someone who is recognized by at least 100 million people around the globe. And then, of course, I think, well, why are people famous? What makes them famous? Usually because of some unique ability, some achievement that they have in society. Some high-level intelligence, some kind of a talent. A specific example, very important to think of, would be in my mind like Ronaldo, who is a very hardworking and talented footballer, very recognized around the globe. Then I think of the controlling idea, and I realize that, okay, well, this question is not about famous people specifically and what makes people famous, but it's about the opinions of famous people and the value of their opinions and how that affects society. So is it a good, is it a bad? How does that affect society? So again, I go through some very important questions. A good essay, a good answer to an essay question always, always, always starts with questions. Okay, that's one of the big mistakes that many novice writers make, is they try to bring forth their ideas onto the paper very quickly without actually asking questions from their own mind, from their own thoughts. So questions are very important. Okay, so I think, okay, well, why does a celebrity give their opinion on a social issue in the first place? Okay, well, it's because of several reasons. They might want to create some kind of change. Maybe they want to make more money. They want to be even more famous. Maybe they have a strong connection to the issue. They feel strongly about it because it's been a part of their life. Okay, maybe they have some good knowledge, and these two are connected about that issue. And maybe they have pressure from others, from politicians, from the media, from people. So that could be a reason as well. And then I remember there are two more important questions for my thesis, asking, how can famous people's opinions be good for society? Well, because they're recognized by millions, they can affect millions of people's thinking in a positive way. So that means that they can create major change or a major movement, whereby an example would be to stop throwing garbage in the ocean to save marine life, because Julia Roberts made a public speech that we should be very cautious where we throw our garbage and try to recycle. So that could be an example. Okay. How can it be bad? Well, if they don't know much about the topic, they give their opinion and they negatively influence people. So maybe they make a recommendation about a politician who to elect for government. They don't know much about it, and it's a poor choice, and people elect a poor leader. Okay, so from that comes my thesis statement, which we will see at the end of my introduction. So far, students, the class is 7 minutes, 45 seconds. The first 2.5 minutes was my introduction with the class times, and this took me about 5 minutes. Okay, so that's exactly what I would do in the real exam. Now, it would be a little bit faster because I would be doing it silently in my head, not speaking into a microphone, of course. All right. But use that first 5 minutes, okay? So this is the introductory paragraph, introduction. These days, this is the hook. You should have a hook. Students, there are way too many generic introductions still from IELTS students, and I really encourage you to stop doing that. So today I'm going to take just 1 minute to talk about that and give you an example. So what many students do is they just simply paraphrase the question. And this is a band 6 introduction if you write it with perfect English. Okay, it's going to be very difficult to get a band 7 or higher. So I have a paraphrase here. Okay, and I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to again show all of our viewers and the many students who will watch this video later of what kind of introduction to not write, to really unlearn or stay away from. Okay, and here you'll have a direct comparison. Okay, so this is a type of introduction that I may see from many students. They paraphrase the question. Celebrities at times publicize their beliefs on social issues. Um, this can be positive, okay? So I won't do it as a question. Okay, so I'll make it a little bit better. So here we go. So a lot of students will write this kind of an introduction for this question for the IELTS exam. They'll go, celebrities at times publicize their beliefs on social issues, and this can be positive or negative. Oftentimes, famous people talk about important issues in the media. In this essay, I will discuss the merits and demerits of celebrities' opinions on public issues for society. Okay, this so far is a band 6 essay. Okay, why? Because you really haven't done much here. All you did is just paraphrase the question, and that doesn't take a lot of English skills, especially in academic use of English, all right? So the idea that in this essay you will discuss the goods and bads, that's given. That's what the question's asking you. So that doesn't tell me anything new, the reader, okay? So instead, what you want to do is you want to do a much more direct introduction that has a hook. Like these days, it is more common than ever to be influenced by the opinions of famous people through the media. Just this first sentence, okay, is already more valuable than this entire introduction. So for the examiner, when they read this hook versus that introduction, they already start to think in higher band scores. They're thinking, okay, here's somebody who has had training to write an effective essay. Okay, and then continuing with the background. So celebrities such as well-known actors, actresses, athletes, and politicians voice their own beliefs to hundreds of millions of people frequently on important social issues like pollution, gender rights, and the economy. Much more detail, much more depth, much more use of vocabulary. Since they have a major influence on the thinking of the global public, it is very important to consider the value of this phenomenon. The value of celebrities' opinions, and instead of repeating value, we can say worth of celebrities' opinions can be a major benefit to the public as long as these beliefs are backed by knowledge and benevolence. However, such perceptions can also be detrimental to society if they are motivated by malintent and ignorance. So this would be a band 9 level introduction on the academic IELTS, okay? So band 9. Much more descriptive, much clearer, showing the direction of the essay, the voice of the essay, giving a clear picture about the writer's concepts of what they think about this, okay? Hi Danish, hi Raj, hi Roshni, good to see many students in the class. All right, so members, the first part of body paragraph 1 is the topic sentence. So we're going to move along here. I definitely want to get you to the conclusion today. So the first part is the topic sentence, and the first body paragraph deals with the first part of my thesis. So this is my thesis here, okay? And my thesis tells the reader that the opinion of famous people on social issues can be a benefit to society, especially if they have knowledge and if they have goodwill. So write your first sentence. Don't just repeat the thesis, but give more details, give more definitions. Okay? So I'll give you a little bit of a head start. I'll write my topic sentence as well. I'll write it silently, and then we'll compare. So write your topic sentence, and I'll read a couple of them. I won't get to everybody's, but I'll read a few of them. And we'll move along at a nice steady pace today. Okay. All right. So that is my topic sentence. I will read it while you're thinking of yours. The voice of famous people can be for the good of the public because they are heard by millions of people, especially when such beliefs stem from goodwill and sound information. Sound information here means quality information. It's another use of the word sound. So it's not like sound what you hear, but it's sound meaning that it's reliable, it's valid. Okay. Now I do see that I have a repetition of the word people, so I'm going to avoid that and replace the second word with individuals. So one more time, it reads like this, and you can read with me as I'm doing this, okay? Members, I'm still waiting for your topic sentences. Don't be shy. Don't try to make it perfect, members. Just get out your topic sentence, okay? So read with me. The voice of famous people can be for the good of the public because they are heard by millions of individuals, especially when such beliefs stem from goodwill and sound information, okay? All right. So, after the topic sentence comes the explanation. Okay, now for the explanation, what part of my planning can I use to give a clear explanation? So members, can you tell me what part of my planning I can use to explain this concept? And this is why you want to plan. So that 5 minutes that I spent at the beginning planning my response, that's going to be very valuable for me to write quickly. Okay? I'm going to go back, give you a little bit of help here. And you should see here some information that can help with the explanation. Okay. That's okay, Amarjeet. I know that some of you are watching this class from work and so on, and you're busy and multitasking, so that's fine. Just write when you can, okay? So here I would use this. So I don't want to forget what I'm planning. And when you're doing your planning at home, you definitely want to write down your plans so that your mind during the exam is much better at holding this information because you don't have time to write it down during the exam. Okay, so here I would probably write about the fact that they have valuable knowledge about the issue. Okay? And they have some type of goal to affect positive change. So I would use that in my explanation, those 2 points. Danish says, raising voice by well-known persons might be very valuable for society because they are followed by millions of fans. Interestingly, their collaboration and experience and knowledge are good for, and you've run out of characters, Danish, but you're definitely on the right track. And Danish, you're very clever that you broke the topic sentence into 2 topic sentences. That's good, because Danish, there is no rule that your topic sentence has to be 1 sentence only. It can be 2, it can even be 3 sentences. You should try to keep it to 2 for the IELTS exam, but you can have multiple sentences. Zainab, very good. I just realized that you answered my previous question of what part of my planning should I use for the explanation, and you got it. So why does a celebrity give their opinion? Absolutely. Okay, so that would be my explanation. All right. Preeti says celebrities' opinions can be worthwhile for society because they are known by millions of individuals if these voices are based on significant knowledge and authentic information. Preeti, that's really good. Okay, that's band 9 level writing, Preeti. It's very good. Shang Hung says the value of information is not always spread quickly in public. Famous people can have a positive influence on millions, however, when their opinions are useful. Very good. Shang Hung, a little bit wordy. You don't need all of those words. You can take some of them out, but you definitely are in the right direction. Okay, very good. Roshni says, celebrities have experience and valuable knowledge about certain issues that leads to the development of society. Roshni, that's a beautiful topic sentence. It's concise, and you're leading right into your explanation. So you've done a really good job, Roshni. I really like yours, Roshni, because you've done a good job of condensing. And in academia, in business as well, people really appreciate when ideas are said or expressed in a concise way, which means as short as possible. Okay, it's very good, Roshni. I like it. All right, so I'm going to use these 2 pieces of information, goal to affect change, and pressure. It's not pressure from others. They have valuable knowledge about the issue. Okay, so here. I'm just going to continue my explanation. Do the same. So write your explanation. Let's do it together. I'm going to write mine, you write yours, and then we'll read and compare. Okay? So that would be my explanation. Often, when a well-known public figure expresses their views on a subject matter like pollution or deforestation, it is because they know much about the issue and they want to make the world a cleaner and better place. Okay, and then of course will come my example. Now in the example, of course, try to think of someone you know that you can write about. There are lots and lots of famous figures, so think about somebody who's famous that is seen in the media that talks about these kinds of issues, that is paid attention to. and is actually quite knowledgeable about these issues. Okay? So let's do that. So you can think about your example. Once you have your explanation, just go directly into your example, members, and I'm going to write up an example here. Okay, so my example here is David Suzuki. Some of you may not know him. I think he's quite old now. David Suzuki, a renowned American-Japanese environmentalist, has often given speeches on environmental concerns because he wants the best for both humanity and our planet. In this way, he has saved countless animal and plant life. Okay? So that would be my specific example to my explanation. Renowned is another way to say well-known. Okay, so somebody who's famous, because that's what we're talking about, the opinion of famous people. You can also choose a politician. Many politicians have a lot of knowledge as well. Okay, and then, of course, comes the connecting, concluding sentence. Okay, and this one I can keep simple. So here, all I'm doing is I'm thinking about my next body paragraph, which is going to paint the opposite picture, where the public opinion can be a negative on, famous people's opinion can be a negative on society. So keep it simple. Your connecting, concluding sentence should not be overly complex. Just something simple. However, the opinions of famous people can at times have the opposite outcome. Okay, so that's a connecting, concluding sentence. So Amar Wadi says Jennifer Lopez always convinces people to keep the world clean and without pollution. Okay, now Amar Wadi, you have to convince me that Jennifer Lopez, for some reason, is an expert on pollution. So what makes her an expert? So maybe you can say that Jennifer Lopez, a famous singer who has traveled around the world and seen many places, convinces people. So some part, Amar, of your explanation needs to make it clear for me, the reader, that Jennifer Lopez has good intention and has knowledge about the idea or the topic of pollution. Okay? No worries, Daniel. You're in the class now, and we still have body paragraph 2 and the conclusion coming up. So it's all good. And like Omar's saying, you can watch the beginning of the class later on. Danish says it is often necessary for celebrities not only to express their views on the subjects like pollution or deforestation or bad incidences happening with society, but also they have to show. I'm not sure where you're going with that, Danish. Try to stay on topic. Okay. Zainab says the positive of well-known people's opinion on the community is the influence it has on people because of their valuable knowledge, which leads to a positive impact on society. Okay, that's your topic sentence, Zainab. Good. So it took you a while to construct it. Try to be a little bit faster, Zainab. You don't have that much time. Maybe you're also multitasking or preoccupied with some other task. Danish says their collaboration, for instance, Amir Khan, a famous actor in Bollywood, has planted 100 plants last year, which motivates others to do the same through his actions. Danish, that's good, but finish your sentence. Okay, so that's a good example because doing shows experience and shows benevolence. Benevolence might be a new word for some of you. It means to have good deeds or a desire to do good. So Danish, that's a good one. Okay, for instance, Amir Khan, a famous actor in Bollywood, has planted 100 trees last year to lead by example that we need to focus on reforesting. Okay, something like that, Danish. All right. Sheng Hung says, for the explanation, celebrities who have kindness, keep it simpler, Sheng Hung. So one part of your writing, Sheng Hung, that you want to improve a bit is being concise. Okay. So celebrities who are kind and concerned about public issues such as minority oppression and environmental damage can affect positive change. Okay, Sheng Hung? So keep it a little bit more concise. Okay, that first part, Sheng Hung, you can just say celebrities who are kind or who have kind thoughts. Preeti says, Akshay Kumar, a famous Indian-born Canadian actor, recently started a campaign to save water and plant trees because he wants to keep the planet green for the betterment of humankind. So Preeti, I think your is similar to Danish, which is good, and that's fine. Okay. Yeah, Danish, I know the character counts are a little bit tricky, but you know, students, and I think there was a little chatter about this yesterday, the character count. I think it's 220 characters in the chat maximum. That's actually not bad because it's forcing you to be concise. So to say your ideas in a few words. And it's actually a really good part of practicing in these live YouTube classes that you have this character restraint. So you have to take all of those beautiful ideas and thoughts that you have in your mind and you have to condense them into a clear, concise idea in English. So that's a good thing, Danish. It's a good thing. All right. So that's my body paragraph 1. Now I'm going to move on to body paragraph 2. Okay. Let's just review body paragraph 1. So the voice of famous people can be for the good of the public because they are heard by millions of individuals, especially when such beliefs stem from goodwill and sound information. Often when a well-known public figure expresses their views on a subject matter like pollution or deforestation, it is because they know much about the issue and they want to make the world a cleaner and better place. David Suzuki, a renowned American-Japanese environmentalist, has often given speeches on environmental concerns because he wants the best for both humanity and our planet. In this way, he has saved countless animal and plant life. However, the opinions of famous people can at times have the opposite outcome. Okay? All right. And now we go into body 2. It's a good idea before you start your body two to just quickly review how you phrased that for the thesis statement. So, however, such perceptions can also be detrimental to society if they are motivated by malintent and ignorance. Okay, so here we go. With body paragraph 2, same idea, topic sentence. And write your topic sentence. While I do mine, I'll give you a little bit of a head start here. Okay. Okay. So that's my topic sentence. Unfortunately, there are many cases where celebrities appear in the limelight with their thoughts about pressing matters because they have a hidden agenda which is not for the benefit of the masses, and the consequence of their actions harms society and the planet. Okay, there might be some new words in there for you, so make sure that you pay attention to those. While I'm waiting for those sentences from the members and some other sentences, let's go through this piece by piece. So unfortunately, that's my connecting word here to begin this paragraph. Appear in the limelight. The limelight is the light that you shine on a person. It's kind of like the center stage light. Okay, so the light is on them. A lot of people are looking at them. With their thoughts on pressing matters. Pressing matters is another collocation that means important issues. So important issues is a collocation, which is the synonym for pressing matters. Okay, learn those collocations. They're very useful because they have a hidden agenda. Hidden, of course, means hiding. You cannot see it. Agenda means plan. So hidden agenda is another collocation. It's like saying a secret plan. Okay, secret plan or hidden agenda, which is not for the benefit of the masses. And the consequence of their actions harms society and the planet. Okay. All right, while I'm waiting for those topic sentences, let's see what else is coming up. Okay, Roshni Kunte's example says, for example, Amitabh Bachchan always influences individuals and children to not play with firecrackers on Diwali because it's hazardous to the environment, and he himself has been injured as a child, so he wants to be a role model and affect positive change. Roshni, I added a little bit there, maybe even made it up, but you want to show again in your example, Roshni, that there's some kind of experience or knowledge that motivates Amitabh to campaign against firecrackers. Okay. Shang Hung says in 2014, Leonardo DiCaprio held a speech about climate change at the United Nations that encouraged all of humankind to focus on one of the most pressing issues on our planet. Shang Hung, that's true, okay, and it's a good example. Why is Leonardo DiCaprio an expert on climate change? I wonder. Is he? Okay. Shang Hung says, not only does it influence many people, but also speeds up to make the connection to countries all over the world, to make connections among countries all over the world. Shang Hung, that's your finish. That's good. Okay. Daniel says, Adrian, the topic sentence looks like an entitled statement. I'm not really sure what you mean by entitled statement, Daniel, but it's definitely a titled statement based on the thesis, Daniel. So the topic sentence, Daniel, is always based on the thesis, okay? It's not a new piece of information. So maybe you missed that part, and that's why you might be thinking that I'm introducing some new argument to the reader, but I'm not, because it's here. However, such perceptions can also be detrimental to society if they are motivated by malintent and ignorance. So I mentioned it to the reader earlier in the introduction, Daniel, and that's exactly why you would want to have a direct thesis in your introduction, so that you can create a topic sentence like this in the body paragraph. I hope that makes sense. So that's why it's not a new argument. Entitlement, Daniel, maybe we're not on the same page here, but entitlement is when somebody feels like they're privileged to have something that they're not necessarily privileged to have. All right. Anyhow, so we have our topic sentence here. Let's read it one more time. So unfortunately, there are many cases where celebrities appear in the limelight with their thoughts about pressing matters because they have a hidden agenda which is not for the benefit of the masses, and the consequences of their actions harms society and the planet. Okay? So here, what I can do for the explanation is, again, use my planning. So I can say that there are cases where celebrities speak out on an issue because they have been paid large sums of money to do so in order to serve the profiteering of corporations or to gain more publicity without knowing much about the matter in question. Okay. So there are cases where celebrities speak out on an issue because they have been paid large sums of money to do so in order to serve the profiteering of corporations or to gain more publicity without knowing much about the matter in question. All right, so that's my explanation for the negative part. Now, I'm going to give an example, and just to be politically correct here, I'm not going to state a specific celebrity or person, but you can in the IELTS, because your essay will not be seen by thousands of people and nobody's going to get really angry. Unlike with me, somebody might. So I'm going to avoid that possibility and just go with a very generic name like John Smith. John Smith, who is a comedian and has little knowledge of agriculture, held a speech about the positive impact of GMO foods, when in fact he was being sponsored by a major GMO food producer. As many people know, GMO foods cause a lot of problems around the globe, such as obesity, malnutrition, and poverty. Okay, so that would be my example there for that one. All right. Okay, so Roshni says, surprisingly, famous people have a rudimentary concern about their financial benefits and hidden motives, which not only harm society, but also have a bad influence on people's thinking. Okay, Roshni, I think you're missing the end of that, but it's a very good topic sentence again. Good job, Roshni. Preeti says, sometimes celebrities have their own benefits, which are hidden by from the public. Preeti, it's not by the public, or it's from the public. Hidden from the public, period. Also, comma, they want to be in the public eye, so their action does not work for society, and this has negative consequences. Preeti, good. Okay, some corrections, but overall quite good. Clever, you can absolutely make up examples. It does not have to be true information. The IELTS people know that you don't have your cell phone there or your laptop. You can't research, so you might just be making up information. It is absolutely okay. It has to sound believable, Clever, but it doesn't have to be real. Okay, it just has to sound believable. All right. Okay, fantastic. So here I've given my example. Now I can go to the conclusion. Start with in conclusion. Don't start with summary or in summary. A summary is more for an expository essay. Conclusion is more for a persuasive essay. So start with in conclusion. And the conclusion usually starts with your points restated. So in conclusion, celebrities opinions impact the thinking and actions of millions of people around the world, and this in turn can create major change in both positive and negative directions. Okay. And then your opinion restated. Now here, our opinion is basically founded in the motivations of those celebrities. The major deciding factors in the value of well-known individuals expressing their thoughts on various matters are their motivations either benevolent or not? Okay. So there we go. Kunal, Gaurav, welcome to our group of members. Make sure to send me an email on your membership level. Okay. And then you have a take-home message. And the take-home message is very important. It basically leaves your reader thinking. It leaves them with food for thought. Okay. An idea to consider for the future. Therefore, it is each individual's responsibility to think about the reasons that a celebrity may state a certain idea and to question their knowledge base. Okay. Looks like a long conclusion, but it's really not. I'm just using size 16 font. So that's my conclusion. In conclusion, celebrities' opinions impact the thinking and actions of millions of people around the world, and this in turn can create major change in both positive and negative directions. The major deciding factors in the value of well-known individuals expressing their thought on various matters are their motivations, either benevolent or not. Therefore, it is each individual's responsibility to think about the reasons that a celebrity may state a certain idea and to question their knowledge base. Okay? All right. So members and viewers, I'm going to post this question and essay response in the in our YouTube community board. All right. There was some really nice writing by some of our members today, so great job. Keep it up. If it was a little bit fast and you didn't have a time to get all of your ideas down on paper, don't worry. Do it at home, okay? Go back, watch the video again. Express your own ideas, your own words in response to this question. That's it for this class. Another task 2 essay completed. Now, we will continue with speaking part 2, practice and example for the next class. So make sure that you join for that. Welcome again, our new member, Kunal. Make sure to send me an email. Kunal, my email again is Adrian, Adrian, at aehelp.com. So send me an email there. Thank you, Preeti. I'm glad that you enjoyed this class. Amar, I will see you in 30 minutes. That's fantastic. Daniel, I'm very happy to be of assistance. And Daniel, let me know what you meant by an entitled sentence there, and we can discuss it further. Much love to all of you. See you shortly. Bye for now.